Kellie here using my March Clique Kits, and here I'm showing you a picture of the cut files and the papers I used on those cassette tapes. Those are cut files that come with the March kit for free from Clique Kits, and these super yummy papers from 7 Paper designed by Ashley Goldberg. So many gorgeous designs in here. So I'm just doing a quick little flip through so you can see all the 12 by 12s included. And this is one of the cut apart sheets. I'm just going to use it on this 8.5 by 11 layout, but you could totally use this in your pocket page scrapbooking. And I'm using my desktop old school Creative Memories paper trimmer here. And then I'll be deciding where I want to place each of these patterns. I want to repeat the colors from the top of the layout on the bottom. So I'll be using the blush and the mustard and the black and white. But I'm not going to use the exact same patterns that I have on the top there. I'm going to vary them just a little bit. And I like that circular one that I just moved over to the right, the mustard and blush, because it repeats the color in the center of the Beats headphones. That dark gold. And this black and white polka dot, I love that. And this blush color kind of gives sort of like an 80s cool vibe to the layout. And the cassette files is just one. I think there's 4 or 5 cut files, exclusive cut files included in this month's kit. And I like the cassette tapes because even though it's not like a current, you still get the feel that it's for a music layout. It's about music today. My daughter bought these Beats headphones with her own money from her job, so it's one of the first bigger purchases she's made completely on her own. And so I wanted to document that. It's like a rite of passage, buying your own things that you would like to have on your own. They kind of mean quite a bit when you have to work for an hourly wage. So she was really glad to get these headphones. And I'm going to repeat the colors, like I said again. And these are 1.5 inch wide by 4 inch tall strips that I'm placing at the bottom. Oh, I really like that black and white polka dot, but I ended up not using it just because it was a little bigger scale for this 8.5 by 11 layout. So you can see the cut apart sheet on the left there. And I'm just still trying out the different patterns, deciding which ones I want to use at the bottom here. I just need to find one for the right. Let's see, am I going to use the black and white? I can't remember which one I actually end up using. I think I used the one from the cassette tape, the bottom left blush and black and white one. I think I decided I need to repeat that pattern again because I really like that pattern. I like this one too. So I have the idea that I want to use these strips at the bottom, and I'm going to stitch down the middle just to add some more texture. And it's going to be mostly a vertical layout because the stitching is going to go down the center in a vertical fashion. And then I'll be using some stamps from Feed Your Craft. Their first paper crafting kit had some stamps in it. So here I'm showing you a close-up of what the little cut files look like. And there's the stitching. I stitched down each of those strips, and then I matted my photo with a white cardstock. And here's where I'm going to stamp. And this is a blush color. It's an older Basil Basics paper ink. That's a dye ink in a blush color. And those little tiny music notes. The reason I use the stamp set from Brandy, Kincaid, and Feed Your Craft was because she had the music notes there and the old style vinyl record, so it was completely perfect for a Music Today layout. So I'll stamp the music notes in 3 different places here in the blush ink, and then I'll use a Studio Calico Star, a small stamp that little star there, and the aqua ink from Paper Tray Ink. It's called Aqua Mist. It's a hybrid dye ink. So it really gives a even coverage. I like that ink. So I'll just stamp. I'm concentrating the stars and the music notes in each area on the layout where I'm going to include some more embellishments. So it just gives a little bit of interest to those areas. And then I'm going down here on the left. And I'll add, I just put one side of the acrylic block has the music notes and the other side has the star. That way I can switch back and forth between the colors. And I don't have to get another block. That's just a little quicker. And I like using this desk pad because I can try out some of the colors and see how they look on the layout. Now I'm just going to adhere the very center portion of these strips, and here I'm finding the center of the layout. I'm using my Tim Holtz centering ruler here, and I'm just going to put the T-square there so I can find the middle. Because this is a vertical layout, I really wanted to find the center and keep it lined up. So I'll start placing them according to that. And I just adhered a strip of adhesive down the very center where the stitching was, because I'm going to lift up the edges right like that. I'm just using my fingers and pulling up the edges of the paper so that it won't be just stuck flat to the layout. So how serendipitous is it that these letter stickers included in the March kit are reflective and they're kind of holographic like the surface of a CD. So I was like, that is totally cool. I have to use those. And I'm just using my craft knife to, it's easier to place them exactly where I want them and get them lined up if I use the craft knife. So here I'm just going to end up moving some of the embellishments, and I'm going to hear that flare with the hearts on it is an exclusive flare included in the March kit. And they always, usually Clique Kits does 4 exclusive flare buttons with each kit. So I'm going to use a Tombow foam tape to lift that up, and I'll finally decide to put it right by the title music. So I'm just placing that on the back of the flare there. And you can get this Tombow foam tape in the Clique Kits store, and I like that it's a different height. It's a higher depth than standard foam circles. So that gives a little extra height, then you have a variety of different heights on your layout. So I'm going to use my non-stick scissors here so that I can place it underneath where I can't reach with my hands, just so that I don't have to pick up the flare and move it. And I just wanted to lift up that edge of the layout because it was kind of, or edge of the photo. Here I'm using my fine liner and attaching these Studio Calico wood veneer stars because they echo the wood in the photo there. And I'll show you some close-ups and stills. Thank you so much for joining me for this layout, scrapbooking process layout.